Over $500 billion in US-Canada trade is moving in a new direction, and not toward America. Canada's exports to the US just hit their lowest share since the pandemic, while Ottawa quietly opens routes to Europe and Asia. The old trade lifeline that kept American factories humming. It's fading. Here's the reality. In May 2025, the US trade deficit jumped nearly 19%, hitting $71.5 billion. Exports dropped 4% to $279 billion, while imports stayed flat at $350 billion. The tariffs were supposed to close the gap, but instead, they're squeezing our export sector and raising costs at home. On the other side, Canada is pulling away fast. Trade with countries outside the US reached a record $47.6 billion Canadian dollars, while its exports to the US slid to 68.3% of total exports, one of the lowest levels in history. Canada isn't waiting for Washington to stabilize. It's finding new partners. But these tariffs aren't just numbers, they hit you directly. Take aluminum. Prices have soared 80% since May, hitting records in July. That means everything from soda cans to car frames just got more expensive. The average new car price? Over $48,000, and climbing. For EVs, it's worse, because they need even more metal. Corporations worldwide have already lost $15 billion in profits from US tariffs. The hardest hit? Industrials, manufacturing, and automotive. Why? Because car parts in North America cross borders up to 8 times before final assembly. A 25% tariff on parts can add $1,500 to $3,000 per car. And one day of halted production. It costs factories $20 to $50 million every single day. Meanwhile, Europe and Asia keep moving. Germany, Japan, and South Korea enjoy free trade, smooth supply chains, and stable car prices, while US automakers lose ground. And Canada? It's building new bridges fast. Exports to Japan are up 23%, Germany up 46%, and the UK. A staggering 300% increase. Energy tells the bigger story. On June 30th, Canada shipped its first LNG tanker from British Columbia to Asia, worth $50 million. Those molecules used to flow south to the US now, they're heading where prices are 35% higher and contracts are signed in euros or yuan, not dollars. That's Washington losing leverage, and fast. Then came the shock move. Trump's 50% tariff on copper semi-finished products, effective August 1st. The excuse? National security. The reality? Chaos. Copper is in everything: power grids, EV motors, circuit boards. Raise its cost, and inflation ripples through the entire economy. Prices spiked, supply chains cracked, and companies scrambled to avoid losses. Canada didn't take it lightly. Ottawa fired back with $30 billion in retaliatory tariffs, aimed squarely at US states with political influence. This wasn't random, it was calculated. And while Washington pushes isolation, Canada invests $6.5 billion to protect its businesses, find new markets, and build trade routes beyond America. Here's the catch: the US can't replace Canadian copper anytime soon. Building new mines and refineries takes billions and 5 to 10 years. Until then, Americans pay more for everything: cars, electronics, home repairs, while small businesses bleed under rising costs they can't escape. The truth? This trade war isn't just tariffs and headlines. It's a slow bleed on the US economy, eroding competitiveness, jobs, and household budgets. And the question is, how long can Washington afford this fight before the damage is permanent? If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share this video to spread the truth. More untold stories are coming, don't miss them.